Hello, everybody. Welcome to Silent Podcast, the place for everything but silent. I'm your host, Isaiah, like usual. And we're here to talk Big Brother 27. This is week. Is it really 6? I think it's 7. I think
I
it's
don't know.
8 or 9.
whatever week it is.
Whatever week it is.
Talk about it.
They start to blend.
Start the blend. Regular panel, like usual. Katie, what's going on?
Not much. Happy to be here with our crew.
Yeah.
All right. Josie is back. Josie, how you feeling?
I feel a mix of emotions. I'm a little under the weather, but for my draft, it's been a crazy 2 weeks. So I'm excited to talk about it.
Definitely do need to do a draft update because I totally forget who I
yeah.
even had at this point. And then
You're not looking
Janelle.
good, I can tell you that.
Who's left on my team? Can you let me know that at least?
Keanu and Will. I don't remember who else.
I'm okay with that though. I like my team.
Will is good. Right. Will is good.
And then Janelle, what's going on?
Nothing much. I'm excited to talk about it.
All right, like usual, if you are new here and you're listening to this at a later date and you like what you hear, please like, comment, subscribe, leave a comment, and all that fun stuff. But we have a week to talk about because we did just lose Catherine in this previous week. So, I don't know how we feel about that. Was this a successful HOH for Vince or was this a waste of time?
Vince is a dope.
Bye. That's how I feel. Finally to freedom. Privilege has finally been stopped. She was giving us nothing. And yeah, I don't know if it was the right move for Vince, but regardless, I'm glad she's out of my villa.
There you go. There's not much to say about Catherine because there wasn't much going on. We were talking about how maybe this is a new shed of light for Catherine now that Riley's gone. Maybe she has a new birth for her game. Nothing really happened. So
no wings were spread. Caterpillar died.
Waste of space.
Someone stepped on it on the sidewalk.
Squashed. I do think she'll be probably one of the more forgotten figures, unfortunately. But shout out to Catherine.
Literally, if it weren't for all the Vince controversy, no one would even know who she was. She was like a non-entity, unfortunately, for her.
Okay. Anyways, with that being said, there's a lot to say about these people, but I think most of that pertains to the ranking. So honestly, I'm gonna be honest, y'all. Honestly, I'm gonna be honest. Does anyone have anything they really want to say, or should we just hop into the rankings at this point?
It'll all come out while we talk about the players.
Yeah, let's get into the rankings.
All right, bet. Sounds good. All right, so pull it up. Yada. If you are new here, because I like to explain this every single time, this is our rankings. S tier meaning top of the top, and F tier meaning the bottom of the bottom. Obviously, Catherine was eliminated, so she's dropped here with her showmans. But I say we start from the bottom up like usual. Josie, you were not with us last week, so I think we should be talking to you first. How do you feel about Mickey so far in this current week? Is she still at the bottom of the tier list like we put her last week, or should she be up?
How'd we do, Josie?
I'm honestly digesting this. I don't disagree. It's okay. Let me answer Mickey. Mickey, I feel like really shot her game down during her HOH. It was abysmal. And I think she's just reaping the repercussions of her decisions. I think she was harping on Jimmy and did things that were quite worse in comparison, to be honest. And so no one trusts her. No one really has her best interests at heart anymore. All of her allies have made an alliance that excludes her. So she's not in a good positioning. The other side of the house did not like Mickey anyways. The only thing she has going for her, funny enough, is competitions. I did not expect Mickey to be more of a comp beast per se, because I don't think she has that great of a social game. I think she tanked it. And so now she's kind of pivoting into leaning into more competitions. So for me as a player, I wish she could do better. Obviously, I want block women to do well. But I don't know. She did it to herself. So I understand why you placed her there. And I wouldn't be moving her, to be honest.
How do you feel, Janelle?
Yeah, she just went up for the third week in a row. She's clueless every week. Nothing has really sunk in for why she's on the block. Like she hasn't put two and two together that her positioning is not the same as it used to be. Like she's lucky that she won Blockbuster or got off the block because these past 2 weeks, if she was there on eviction night, she was going home at the hands of her allies. And I think like Morgan would stay over her. She'd be lucky to sit next to Vince because I think that's her only saving grace. I think that her allies would be willing to snipe Vince over her in this situation. So that's her only hope this week, that she sits next to Vince. Otherwise, I could see Mickey going out and she has zero idea, not a clue.
You agree with that, Katie?
Yeah, I agree. I felt like after she came off the block last week, she did win veto last week. So Catherine was the replacement nominee. Obviously, she is gone. I did feel like Mickey started to wake up a little bit and like go back to the old Mickey that was like pre-HOH-itis Mickey. It feels like that HOH-itis just stuck with her for weeks on weeks on weeks. So I feel like she got like a little better and was less like, I don't know, she was back on reality. So I had a little bit of hope for Mickey, but I don't think we mentioned yet that Keanu is our new HOH. Shout out to Keanu, Delulu Island. And he put up Mickey, Morgan, and Vince, which I can't wait to talk about Vince, you guys. I cannot wait to talk about Vince. Yeah, I don't think it's looking great for Mickey necessarily, but I do think Vince is probably more likely to leave than Mickey this week. So I would probably leave her an F, but I did think she was like getting a little better at the end of last week.
Yeah, I think she's acting better. I just don't think like her position has improved.
It's like too late.
Flew her in, you know. I don't think that's gonna happen because I think that would be a hard conversation to have. But these last weeks should have woken her up, and I'm not sure it's clicking as to why she got there, unfortunately for her. So that doesn't really get a chance to pivot, you know. But I agree, like she was a lot more pleasant, like just around the house.
You know, never say never. I still think that there's always going to be a realistic chance, especially now that Mickey's kind of going on like a competition spree, I guess you can call it. But with that being said, like I feel like she's in a position now where she'd have to like basically win out. To be honest, like I don't know if anyone really wants to sit next to her. I do think there's a good shot she can make jury, because there is a realistic chance that like a Morgan or a Vince leaves over her, but like I don't really know what the path for Mickey is at this point to get to the end. I think she burnt a lot of her bridges, you know, like I felt like if she waited to like at least jury to do everything that she's done up till now, she actually might be fine. Like I think that's what Vanessa was really good at. Like she kind of became a crash out later on, but like I don't think Mickey is like anywhere close to that. I think like Mickey is just kind of doing whatever she feels like she's doing. She's kind of delusional, just like Keanu, unfortunately. But I do think she's a fun character still. But yeah, as much as I would love to raise her, I don't see it in the cards for her. You know, it's just such an upward battle for her. So I would keep her down there as well.
She does get fun DR still. She makes me laugh when I watch episodes. Every time I'm laughing.
Hitting them in the DRs this past episode. I was like, oh, it was kind of funny. Like I could rock with the DRs from this past week. I'm like, oh girl. It's just like, to me, it just shows like how she's just not aware of what's happening though, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
I have to say, I do think that her only potential saving grace will be to win another HOH, which is what tanked her. But that's literally the only way I could see her. I think she needs to repair the damages she's made. And the only way she'll ever be able to do that is through an HOH. But then again, I actually am not quite sure what Mickey would do during her HOH. Part of me thinks Rachel, but then she's aligned with her. And then it's like, I don't know. Like, I don't know what the right move is for Mickey now because she has always kind of been against one side. And if she puts them up, that's great, but she's still at the bottom. So she could try to repair those relationships, but are they still going to prioritize her now that they've solidified other things are outside of her? I don't know. She really she's in the F tier.
I'm crying. Real quick. So Joseph in the chat. Shout out to Joseph. So he actually did ask, do we find it weird that they aren't starting jury till 17 days before the finale? It feels like a red flag to me.
Is it really only 17 days until the finale? I thought we
something
just hit the halfway mark.
Something like that.
Like last
I
week
don't
or
know.
something.
Oh, because there's a triple eviction and we haven't had a double.
Oh,
Wow.
right.
True. So true. So true.
Damn. Yes, it does feel like it started very late. I did see a stat.
Shout out to the Reality Kingdom. Go ahead.
Hi, Reality Kingdom. I did see a stat somewhere. I think it was on Blue Sky that like 75% of the game so far has played out as like pre-jury, which does feel like a lot. And like when you look at those eliminated players, that's a large group. I feel like pre-jury is usually like 4 or 5, and whoever gets eliminated this week is pre-jury.
Final pre-jury.
Still. Yeah, it's a big group.
I think they did something similar last year. I want to say it was a really late jury. Who was the first?
But I will say
the first juror was.
I will say they've put such an emphasis on making it to jury that it kind of feels parallel to the fact that it is only 17 days. Everyone's been talking about this season, my jury, my jury. Who do I want in my jury? So much so, like more than I've ever thought. And I do think it's important to think about who is likely to vote for you, but it's just been so outward and so the topic of conversation this season that it's so interesting, because it means that the jury has less time to really ponder the decision, which means that they might also be more likely to be bitter. It takes some time to feel less bitter. So
this is going to be a bitter jury.
I don't know. This is interesting. I'm interested to see in the grand scheme of things how 17 days impacts a jury like that. But that's a really good point.
There you go. All right, let's move on to the next one. And there's not going to be much movement to me, I think, with a lot of these people. So I think it's very funny. But next person is Kelly. Still kind of doing nothing, in my opinion. Does anyone have a different opinion on Kelly? Should she be raised or should she be dropped?
I still think in a crazy world, I don't know. I feel like sorry, I already started to laugh at me. I just feel as though, and I'm not saying this because she's my draft.
She's not.
The bias.
But okay, I could be a little tiny bias when it comes to my draft. But to be honest, Kelly kind of keeps it a buck. To be so frank, I feel like people know what they get from Kelly, and I think that makes them less feel fearful of her. I think the only concern is the fact that she's won. But let's be for real, it's not competitions that are the challenge. We're acting like she's this hanging up against wall. Well, she was doing that actually the other day, but look how that ended up. But she's not doing crazy competitions. She's literally putting items on a board and then gently launching a ball. To me, it's not that crazy. If someone actually were to sit down and think, okay, what are these competitions? They would realize she's not that big of a threat anyways. I don't know. I think no one thinks that Kelly is gonna win. I think they want to keep their allies as much as possible, but at the end of the day, you want to win, no? Your allies are in your way, unfortunately. So I'm interested to see if people will use Kelly as an asset, because I do think she is one, not for Rachel, but for everyone else.
Do you really think everyone else?
Go ahead.
Well, yes. Who do you not? I don't think
Ashley.
No, I think she could be used if people went out of their way to do so. Just not with Rachel. She does not well, that's the point. And that's why I think this is the issue with this cast. I'm going to be so for real. It's become Big Brother friendship, to be real, except for a few crazy moves here and there. It's crazy. But I just feel like people don't realize that the people they're in an alliance with are more likely to beat them in the end in terms of voting. And they're not keeping people to swing at those other people, except for maybe Rachel. Rachel pairing up with Keanu, which we'll get to, benefits her because he's going to take shots at her allies, and she gets to sit there and be like, well, I didn't do it. That's what Keanu wanted out of Vince, but I think Vince was in a better position than him. So it only benefits people like Rachel to have Keanu in the house who's willing to do that. If someone were to take Kelly and have a real talk with her, because she's not dumb, like she kind of has good reads, but if someone were to take her and use her as an asset, they would be able to utilize her to take shots at the people they can't. Like, you can't all make it to final six. Then what? Like, something has to shake, something has to move. So I don't know. I feel like Kelly's not being used, and it's unfortunate that the cast is not tapping into that.
The fact that it's used instead of like her doing something too is like
as an equal partner.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, like I think I'm gonna be so real. A Kelly HOH will like shake the game up.
It's like literally my biggest fear.
Going up. Like everybody going up, and low key, that's the move. Like that's the move. Like when Ava won HOH, we were all yelling, "Yes, that's the move!" But all because we're rooting for the group of people. We don't want people like Kelly to win, but she will, and that will be a big resume move. And people can't claim that because they're their allies, right? Then it becomes betrayal. But if someone were to be like, "Hey, I aligned myself with Kelly, who I knew was going to do these moves for me," that's going to speak more volumes, right? Like that's something that you could have done, and you can't really be mad. That's what I'm saying. Like Kelly could do those things on her own, but she's one person, right? Like it needs more. She needs more people, unfortunately. But alas, we'll talk about the rest of the cast.
She just needs to bring something to the table in order to be used. I feel like, but like that she could be at Mackenzie. You know,
she almost won an HOH. She almost did.
Almost. You know. Janelle, what were you about to say? I'm so sorry.
I don't even remember. I think that Keanu, she has Keanu. He won't put Kelly up. He wants to work with her and use her. He's been loyal to her and has voted to keep her. I think part of his plan is to have Kelly in his pocket moving forward, along with Rachel and Rachel's ally Ashley. I heard him discussing that. So I think it's not dead in the water, but I just think that people think she could win. But outside of that, she ain't done nothing. She's been able to avoid going home because she wins the competition. I don't know how much her game is going to be respected outside of that because, I don't know, people don't really like her. All she does is start drama. Like her drama last week is what helped save Rachel's butt cheeks from hitting that block. Like people were tired of her and her drama and instigating and crying victim. And then people went to work for Rachel. Like literally, they almost let it go. But then here comes Kelly with her pettiness. And then it helped keep Rachel off the block. I don't know. I just don't think she has a lot of win equity. I don't think she has a lot of respect. They're scared of her wins, but
y'all are making me defend Kelly. I don't feel like she hasn't tried, to be honest. Like, I'm gonna be so for real. This is great. If Kelly was someone we were rooting for, we'd be like, oh my god, at least she's trying. She's trying to make something shake. She has tried multiple times, and unfortunately, Vince has low-key been her demise. And thank God she's seen the light. She's been seeing it, but she realizes that he is one of the only people that's willing to be open to even potentially working with her. And that's why I think I'm so frustrated with this cast. It feels like no one is being dynamic. Everybody wants to just play sides, which is great. But the reason why players like Vince to me are interesting is because despite the crying and the whining, which we'll get to, they're willing to like, okay, let me work with this person. Let me go in this alliance. Like that to me is fun gameplay. And I feel like because this cast is so divided and parted like the Red Sea, we can't make things shake. And it's just unfortunate that Kelly's side kind of sucks. So, you know, she shows up on the block every week, but it's not like she hasn't tried. She tried to make an alliance.
Well,
she tried to get on that block every week for the first several.
Yeah, she volunteered.
Well,
and I think too, Josie, the thing is with Kelly is that Rachel really tried with Kelly. Really tried. And she could have been a part of that. It could have been Rachel, Kelly, Keanu. They probably could have brought Vince in. They could have done a whole different thing and ran that house together, and Kelly would have had agency. But Kelly just is a hater for no reason. And she's like, she is, we said last week with Sharon here, like, Keanu is like the golden retriever delusional, and she's like the bad vibes, bad energy delusional type of person where she just like hates Rachel, talks about her family, talks about her kids, hates her for literally no reason, came in the house hating her, and didn't take a golden opportunity to be working with her, who Rachel is one of two people who have not been on the block. And Rachel tried so hard with her to say, Kelly, I didn't put you up because I want to work with you. Rachel has been nice to her so many times, and Kelly won't even look her in the face during conversation. So I don't blame Rachel for having the reaction she did last week with the Winegate and the way she didn't want to give her a hug and whatever. Like, these people are done with Kelly and her immature antics. It's like, she is just immature and she doesn't understand that you have to be able to adapt. She only wants to work with the Rileys. She's holding on to Adrian's eviction. She doesn't even really like Keanu. She wanted to make a fake, an alliance, a real alliance, and then a fake alliance that included Keanu. So she doesn't even want to work. Keanu's allies think his number 1, 2, 3, they all hate him. So it's like she won't even capitalize on the one person who won't do anything with her. So that's why I feel like she just has no game awareness whatsoever. If she could harness some of what you're saying, Josie, and say like, all right, it's time for me to pivot because I want to win. But she doesn't do any of that. She just wants to be Tucker.
Yes.
You know, I get your point there, but I'm going to be so for real. Love Rachel down. I don't think anything. I feel like I'm the Big Brother, like live feed announcement. That's like, I don't stick by the viewers' perspectives. What they say is their own piece. I do not agree with the slander that's been said in the house. I think it's a bit nasty and unnecessary. That being said, it's Big Brother, so I'm not surprised people are saying crazy. But I will say with Rachel, it's crazy to me. Like, I don't want to jump to Rachel, but like, it's crazy to me that she is still in this house. Like, to be so for real. The fact that Kelly is one of the only people yelling that she wants Rachel out, to me, I'm like, it's making sense. Like, the fact that she has made it this far, we have had people say that they're going to vote for her. Keanu, I'll get to him because I actually want to read him a little bit. But I'm just saying, like, the fact that Kelly is the only one that wants to actively go after Rachel is so shocking to me. Like, I love Rachel. I would love for her to be a 2-time winner. That's mother. But it's crazy to me on a game neutral perspective that no one except for really Kelly wants to go after her. Like, directly. So I guess because we spent way more time on Kelly than I thought we would. My one question will be, if her and Mickey were sitting in the final 2 chairs, who wins between the 2 of them?
Mickey.
Ooh,
Mickey.
The thing is, that would never happen. That's the
But if it did, theoretically, if it happened, I mean, who wins between 2 of them?
Lauren would vote for Kelly. I think Keanu would vote for
just ballpark.
I think Mickey. I think Mickey.
So what's stopping us from making Kelly the bottom right now?
I actually do think Kelly
is shit. Don't piss me off.
I actually do think Kelly should be at the bottom because I think Mickey has, if she stays this week, which she could, there's a great, beautiful chance for this group to take out Vince, and I would not be shocked based on the makeup of this house, if the nominations stay the same and where the votes are where they are, that Vince goes. I would not be surprised if Mickey can capitalize and get back in good graces or better graces with Morgan. I think the only people that would be anti-Mickey are Keanu at this point. I don't even know if Kelly would come hard for Mickey. And Will is already working with her. Ashley is kind of like wishy-washy on Mickey. I think Mickey's in a much better spot than Kelly, to be totally honest. If she stays,
she has a resume, you know. And
she does have a resume.
So
like,
Mickey's winning. Mickey's been HOH.
If it happens, I mean, listen,
she might go home this week.
This is like the bottom of the barrel at the end of the day, you know.
I think we leave it the same because Mickey's actually potentially going home. Like, she has.
We've been saying that the last 2-3 weeks. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, because of competitions, but we've been saying the same thing about Keanu, and we've been leaving him.
I'm just saying,
ahead of Kelly.
I agree.
Listen,
we'll go out
and when she goes home next week, I don't want to hear it.
If she go home, she go home. Listen,
she could, but long term,
this is F tier. I don't care. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
This is F tier. Like, these
F is F no matter what.
These are the worst positions players in the entire house. So it's cool.
So true.
You know?
Top of F, bottom F. You're still a loser.
I will say Mickey is at least entertaining. Moving on.
I'm saying, if this is a I told you so moment, I will gladly take it. You know.
Well, people said Keanu wasn't going to win HOH. I said it on reality.
I'm here for Keanu.
And I'm
okay with that.
I said it.
Let's get to the man.
So Katie, how you feel about Keanu right now?
Keanu, I said last week, I have such a roller coaster relationship with Keanu. I swing like a pendulum week over week on how I feel about this man. I hated him last week. I was pissed at him. I think whatever happened to him overnight he woke up and saw the light that Vince is truly a weasel. And now the way that he's been handling Vince since he won HOH. And you know what? When I watched the eviction last night and I saw him just looking at the door, I was like, oh, he's something's happening in his head. Like you could see it live on the show when Catherine walked out the door. Something's happening in his brain that's clicking right now. And then he comes back, he wins HOH. And the way he was talking to Vince, where he's like, I don't need you to beg me. I need you to win. And Vince is like, I don't know if I can. And he's like, well, then I don't want you as an ally. And I'm like, yes, give it. Somebody needs to talk to this man the way that Keanu is talking to this man. That might be more about Vince, but I really feel like the noms that he put up are the right noms. He was not blinded. I do not have faith in him that if someone wins a veto, that Rachel won't be the replacement nominee or Ashley. I do think either one of those people could go up, but I do feel like, I don't know if Vince can stick. I mean, if Keanu can stick to it and really be like, this guy screwed me 3 times. I feel like he's finally waking up that everything Rachel has told him is true and that none of these people had his back. And he's maybe seeing a light at the end of the tunnel of like, okay, I need to change the way that I'm approaching this game. I think he's in a much better spot this week. If he does the right thing, I don't know. But what is next week a double? Do we know that? Did they say that?
No, they didn't say it. I think it's rumored, but it
rumored, right? I think he could go next time I don't know. I just think he's in a better spot. I'm confused. He confuses me. I want to love him, but he makes it hard.
I'm going to drag him a little. So I want to let
he deserves to get dragged.
Before I drag. I don't know if Janelle has anything to say before I go.
I mean, last week to me, he was ridiculous. I could not believe it was Rachel, Vince. I just couldn't believe that he wanted Rachel on the block. It was like she showed you what she could do in the game. He did not think that Rachel could get Riley out of the game. She did it. And instead of being mad at Vince in the moment, he started targeting Rachel. Instead of seeing like, yo, she was right. She really could be a strong ally. He sides with Vince and tries to work to get her out. I just could not believe he was after the one person that truly had his back.
Because she's a woman.
Yes, exactly. And I was shocked to hear him go at Vince the way he did after Vince has lied to him and lied to him and lied to him. But he was also giving, I refuse to give up on you type of nonsense. I was like, come on, Keanu. So when he won HOH, I was pissed. I woke up, I saw it. I was like, no, are you kidding me? Like one of the one people I did not want to see win. But then I started to hear him talk and I didn't go to bed all night because I watched the whole feed all night last night, watching him talk. I was so shocked that he came to the conclusion that Vince needed to go up. He determined his target was Morgan. He needed to put Vince up there because he doesn't trust him. He was whacking Vince left and right.
Oh my God, it was beautiful. It was beautiful, right. Janelle. It was beautiful.
I was like, dang. He was so blunt, so honest. Even in today, he told Vince, look, my goal is not for you to go home, but if you go home, at least none of my allies are going to continue to go home. Like, I can't trust you. I can't believe you. Why would I believe you? I could not believe how brutally honest he was. I'm not sure if that's a good idea or a bad idea. We'll see later. But I at least like the energy from him. He knows what he has to do, and he's finally has some, like, the right path, at least for this week, right? He's made up with Rachel. I do not think that he's going to put Rachel up. According to everything I saw, to me, it's like he read his letter. His mom talked about being himself, and that was like, he started crying and talking to Rachel. I'm so sorry I did that. I don't want to play in a way that I'm not proud of. I think that's what woke him up in regards to Rachel. Now he sees Rachel as an asset again. He said, if we go into a jury, you're at target ahead of me. I need you in this game. I don't think he's going to put her up. He has mentioned Ashley. We'll see what happens. He said he doesn't want to because he wants to use her as an ally moving forward along with Rachel. So I'm proud of Keanu this week. I hope he stays on the straight and narrow and keeps going. I don't think it would be smart to nominate Rachel. I don't think he's going to do so. Ashley, I'm not so confident, but we'll see. As long as he keeps doing this, he has a shot. Like, he can have Rachel on his side.
Yeah, okay. Isaiah, I don't know if you want to speak before I go off, but all right. I think Keanu shifts his personality to the wind. Last week, or even the week before Vince was HOH, he was going around being a mess. I wasn't there for the ranking, but that was abysmal. Going from one person and then telling Kelly, "Why'd you go tell Lauren?" and making a mess, and just he has had horrible reads this entire time. That move was horrible. And then we get to Vince's HOH. I'm so sorry. Is Vince you? I was so surprised by his entitlement to what Vince should be doing. We are all playing an individual game, and you have to understand that Vince is going to do what's best for his game. Granted, do I agree? We'll talk about it when we get there. But I felt like it was so strange that he felt entitled to the moves that Vince had to make, not knowing the dynamics, not knowing who he's close with. It was just strange. You have to put Rachel up. You have to put Rachel. You have to do this. You have to do it. You have to do it. And so when it became his HOH, I thought, oh, he's going to do all that thing, all that shit he was spewing all last week. And then to find out that he's putting Vince on the block, I don't care if y'all don't like Vince. This is not a good move for Keanu. This was not a good move for Keanu. I think he should have put up, for his game, not because of preference, he should have put up Morgan, Mickey, and Ashley. That would have been the move. That would have been the move. It's crazy to me. Ashley was prepped to go to him and plead her case because she knows herself that she should be on that block. And what did he do? He said she didn't have to worry. And she was like, oh, okay. What do you want, Vito? The fact that she seems astonished by that should be a red flag swinging. I don't think that Vince is the greatest ally to Keanu, but at least
Terrible.
he is an ally.
Mm-hmm.
Like, actually, it's not Keanu's ally. Just because he won HOH doesn't mean that next week when she wins HOH, she won't put him on the block. Like, I just feel like for him to talk all that and spew all that shit last week, I was expecting for him to do what would be the smart move. He kept pushing to put Ashley up. The fact that she's not on the block, not because I'm against Ashley, I'm just speaking on like a viewer front. He just also pushed his ally Vince out of the way. Like, if Vince survives, you can't repair that, unfortunately. Like, that was crazy, especially since he just won HOH. Like, I don't know. I understand him not wanting to put Vince to use the POV on Morgan. But there's how many people in the house? He needs to be pulled first. And if he was pulled, then I think that's a conversation. I think then he should have kind of low-key threatened him. Hey, like, I didn't put you up on the block. If you do, though, you know I can win competitions. It's over, and I will be coming for you, and I will put Lauren on the block. He should have done something crazy like that before just immediately putting Vince on the block. I don't think that was the best move in his case. Like, it made people who are already in good positions sit pretty. And it's not good for him because he's at the bottom of the house. Like, I just think that was like abysmal gameplay. And Vince is Vince, whatever. But like, to be honest, the correct move was putting Ashley up. Like, Rachel they argued last week. He should have just said, hey, I understand she's your ally. She's not my target. But for my game, because Rachel is intelligent, for my game, it only makes sense for me to put up Ashley. Like, she really couldn't have faulted him for that, to be honest, because she's not going on the block. Alas, it is what it is.
I don't
know if I agree.
I don't really agree with most of that.
I don't think
Actually,
Vince is an ally at all.
He's not.
Yeah,
That's the thing.
An ally to
I think he's a better ally to him than Ashley, than Will.
No.
Well,
Yes.
here's what I'm gonna say.
Yes.
He's done nothing for Keanu whatsoever. Each and every week, he promises Keanu something and does Adrian, Riley, who is the other one?
Catherine, yeah.
Every single week, he's done something opposite to what Keanu wants. Keanu thinks Vince is over here with him, but Vince is trying to appease over here. Vince is not doing what Keanu wants him to do because Vince is not actually with Keanu.
But I think it's actually what Keanu wants. That's the gag. No one's going to do what Keanu wants.
Every week, Vince has snaked Keanu and lied to him about the vote, what he was going to do.
He's going after Keanu. Like, let's be real.
I know he's not going after him, but he has not been to Keanu. Week after week after week, Vince has gotten rid of the people that Keanu feels are beneficial to him. That's why Vince is on the block. Each and every week, Vince has not done for Keanu what Vince continues to promise Keanu to do. That's what Keanu literally said. Every single week, Vince, you say you're going to do this. You say you're going to do that. You say you're going to do this. Every single week, you lie to me. I can't trust your word anymore because you never keep it to me. You're keeping it for all them, but you got rid of all the people that I want to rock with. That's what Keanu said about Vince. He has not not been a good ally to Keanu's game because all the people Keanu want are at home. And everybody else
it's not that. My point is that I'm talking about people individually. Obviously, I'm not saying that Vince hasn't gone after people he's aligned with. That I understand. My point is, as Keanu as an individual, from day one, they've been trying to go after him. Vince has also spewed that vitriol. I'm not delusional. But that being said, if anybody else prior to this week would have won HOH, Keanu would have been on that block. No?
Kelly,
are you disagreeing with me?
Kelly,
Kelly is an exception. But I'm talking about Ashley. I'm talking about the people in judges. I'm talking about the people in judges. Who I'm that other side of the house. We keep referencing I'm not. Well, no one. The thing is that Vince is not a good ally, but at least he's somewhat. That's my point. At least,
but I think Josie, the issue with Vince though is that he's burned any goodwill that he's had with Keanu. So maybe it's not a good move for Keanu right now to put up Vince, but this is Vince's fault. It's not Keanu's fault. Keanu has gone above and beyond to make Vince his literal number one, which I think to your point about him trying to control Vince's HOH, he's been like, we're locked in. We're number 1 and 2. We're number 1 and 2. And Vince this whole time has cried like a child about Rachel. And so he's like, then put up Rachel. This is your chance to put up Rachel. So to Keanu, Vince's moves make literally zero sense. And now he's like, this dude does not have me. He has Morgan. He has Rachel. He has these other people. He does not have me. So why would I try? Every time I trust him, he's burned me. So he's going to go on the block. He might not be my target, but he needs to he touched the stove too many times. He has to get burnt. Maybe it's not the best move for Keanu if Vince leaves, but it's not a bad thing for Keanu if Vince leaves either way. Anyway, because Vince will never prioritize Keanu, and no one else is prioritizing Keanu either. But Keanu, whether Vince is here, is not in a worse spot than he was if Vince wasn't here. He's in the same spot.
I want to clarify. I'm seeing the comments. First of all, Vince is not my fave, but he is on my draft. Yes. So I will advocate. But in general, he's not my fave. If I had to pick a fave, it would be Rachel Riley. That's mother. I love her down. But I'm speaking in terms of Keanu's position. I'm just saying, yes, I understand all the points that you're saying. You are not wrong in that fact. But I'm just speaking on the fact that Vince had the opportunity to put him up last week, and he did not. And they did ask, would you put Keanu on the block? Everyone else in that house would put Keanu on the block except for Kelly. When I'm talking about okay.
Well, here's what I'm gonna say.
My point is, I feel like Janelle, I know that you're talking about Lauren and Kelly, but I'm talking about if he should have put someone on the block instead of Vince, it should have been Ashley. So in reality, I'm talking about Ashley. So I'm just saying, in comparison between Ashley and Vince, it should have been Ashley for Keanu's game. I'm not disagreeing that Vince isn't a good ally to Keanu. I'm not saying any of that's wrong. What I'm saying is that between the two, it would have been more strategic for him to put up I'm an ally to all people, employed or not. Yes. But I'm just saying, I just think between Ashley and Vince, for his game, it would make more sense to put up Ashley. If you want, if Rachel is someone you want to keep close and force her hand to be closer to you, I do think taking Ashley out is good. It kind of makes sense, and she can't really fault him. That's my I
just think he has a lot of damage control to do with Rachel.
He's in a shit position regardless. Keanu's not a good game player. Let's start there.
I was going to say,
but I'm just
that's kind of the point. I think you said earlier, nobody really has his back. I think Keanu is in one of those precarious decisions.
Yeah.
Situations where it doesn't really matter who he puts up. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think his nominations are bad because Morgan and Mickey are people that need to go, and Vince has burnt him multiple times. So it's I don't think if he puts Ava up, if he puts up Rachel up, I think regardless of who leaves, it's good for his game because at the end of the day, nobody really has his back. So it's I don't think it really matters who goes.
Exactly.
If something happens down the line, sure. If there's some random exterminator alliance that forms with the band of misfits just because they're we need to stick together and get to the end, fine, right? But as of today, I don't think it really matters. And I'm even going to say, I still think that he has a lot of winner stock over a lot of the people that's still in the house. And I feel like if Keanu does get to the end, there's a good shot that the guy has some Josh Martinez-esque win that is how the hell did we let this guy into the end? So it's I personally, I'm not going to raise him too much, but I'll put him over Morgan and Lauren personally.
Yeah, me too.
I think that he actually still has a game. And I think that he's won a competition. he's going to be taking a pretty big play out regardless this week. If you ask me, if it's not one of these three, I think there's a good shot Rachel goes home. Like there's the sky is the limit. This guy's like a loose candy. He's a wild card. He's already confirmed jury. I think that he actually had a good. I would raise him up to two people. Me personally, I'm not. I would
probably put him on top of D.
I'm not against it. I'm not against it.
I would just.
I would say that from what the conversations I heard, he chose to keep Ashley off, at least for now, because he knows that Ashley is close to Rachel and he wants to work that angle moving forward. He has to rebuild. He doesn't have that many people. So he is trying to build something with the HOH in power, work with Rachel and Rachel's ally, Ashley. He's trying to build favor with her because, like we said, he doesn't have a lot of people. I think the only mistake in his nominations are, I don't think this is going to result. I don't think it's a bad nomination for him. I understand why he did it. I just don't think that this is going to result in necessarily Morgan going.
Right.
I
think Vince is going.
Then it's the wrong nominations. I don't think it's bad nominations for him. If any of these people go, it's fine for him. But I don't know if he's going to hit his target. But I understand why he left Ashley off. He explained his reasoning. If Ava could have been a choice, but I understand that Ashley, in trying to build something moving forward with Rachel and an ally of hers and him and Kelly, and that whole plan he shared made sense.
I mean, I get that, but I guess that's why I think the nominations aren't the best of the best, because I know that deep down his target is Morgan. Like Vince will go before Morgan if the two of them are on the block come eviction night, which is what I think will happen, to be really honest with you. And that's why I think it's just a bad move, because if your goal is to take out Morgan, they will never get rid of Ashley ever. And the same reasoning he had for putting Vince on the block, I don't want you to use the POV on Morgan. I think the same thing could have been justified with the votes. Hey, I don't want you to evict someone else over Morgan, so I'm going to put up I'm going to put up someone who I feel like would.
Yeah, but I think in that case, Josie, he's shown many times he votes against his allies. So that's not a powerful argument. He voted out Riley. He voted out Adrian. He put up Catherine, who was supposed to be on the side of the house. The allies don't matter to Vince other than Morgan is his clear number one. So I actually like the logic of you got to sit next to her because she's my target and you cannot use a veto on her. I actually like that as a strategy from Keanu because he's just like standing firm and she's my target and I know she's your number one. So you're going to sit right next to her.
No, for sure. I don't think it's the worst nomination ever. I'm just saying, like, I just feel like the end result that he wants, I don't think he'll get it with putting Vince on the block.
I don't think so either.
But
that's why I was saying what I wanted to say was because
I agree with that.
I feel like he did this whole lot of talking last week, in my opinion. And so this week, for his goal to be Morgan and to put up the nominations, I think he's setting himself to have egg on his face at the end of the week, which is why I think that was a bad move.
But he also told Vince today, like to his face, if you're collateral damage, oh well.
Yeah, but we're acting like Keanu. We're acting like Keanu doesn't change his mind. We're acting like Keanu doesn't change his mind every other second.
Well, yeah, that's why I'm not convinced.
He's not reliable.
That
but
Rachel or Ashley's not going to hit the block.
The house, most of the house doesn't like care for him, right? I feel like he is almost like when Rachel won her season. It's like. He's in a spot where it doesn't really like he can't tank his social game because people already don't care about him. Like he'll really leave this week, and if Vince really needs Keanu, like he'll still try to work. Like that's what I'm saying. Like Keanu can really just do whatever he wants right now, and it's not. That's what I'm saying. It could be a Josh Martinez situation because like I don't think anyone is taking Keanu seriously in any facet, and it's like he's still here. I feel like they got tired of throwing him on the block because. He's going to keep winning a competition. It's just like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. That's just me, though.
I just think
I agree with you.
I think the nominations he made were the third best nominations possible. I agree. Ava should have been on the block. To be honest, they fought. I believe you have a prompt. I believe your prompt was to put her up on the block. That easily also could have been.
I agree with that too.
Like that's what my point is that I don't think that was the best. The 3 was the best optimal move for him. But only time will tell. I'm just sitting here like you, like the rest of us, and we'll see.
For sure. I actually don't disagree with that. I don't disagree with that at all. But
I think he'll be in the same spot no matter who leaves. Nothing's changing for him next week.
I do think that he should raise up a little bit. I ain't going.
But
I do too.
Yeah.
Is anyone okay with raising him? Yes or no?
I don't think he should be above Morgan. To be honest with you.
Really. Why?
I would put him in top of D right now with my intention of changing Morgan when we get to Morgan.
she worked this week. There ain't no way in hell. If Keanu
but we're gonna move Morgan, Josie, when we get to Morgan, so it's only a temporary.
Maybe
above,
you
but
are.
he should
I
be
don't know
above.
about Isaiah. I have to ask. We have to set that clear.
Well,
first.
it's a vote. It's majority rules.
Yeah. No, I'm saying like he said that he thinks that Keanu should be above Morgan. That's my point.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, we'll get to that. Just all right. How about this? Let's do the process like we usually do. Should Keanu be above Lauren? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Boom. Should he be above Morgan? Yes or no?
No.
For now.
Yes.
No.
Boom.
For now.
Should he be above Ava? Yes or no?
Mm-hmm.
This one
I don't agree with that one. I think he should stay right there.
No, he should not be above. He should not be above Ava Pearl. Neither
think
of
so.
Lauren.
And I'm good with it there.
Yeah, there you go. Boom. And if anyone else raises or drops, then they raise or drop. There we go. Let's move on. Lauren, right? Yeah, Lauren.
she should go an F. She's an F to me. She
What's
has
wrong
no
with-
allies. She lost her number one ally to Morgan. She didn't put in enough work with Vince yesterday, and now Morgan and Vince are in a cheat man's, show man's, flirt man's, cuddle man, whatever the hell they're in, which we'll talk about when we get to one of the two of them. But Morgan did not leave that man's side last week, and she weaseled her way right in between Lauren and Vince, and now she's got no one. Catherine's gone. She's close with Ava, which could help her out, but Ava's obviously going to be loyal to the rest of the crew. Like that, she's not in the judges, but she's like, I feel like she's like dotted line to the judges, and all of this is her fault. She should have never used that damn veto. Rachel told her, I'm putting up Riley. Because of that, she lost Riley, then she lost Catherine, and forced Vince to make that move on HOH. And like, it's literally all Lauren's fault, and she needs to go to F. She cannot make a decision. She has no win equity. She's probably going to go as part of the double. She's a flop. F for flop, and that's Lauren.
Yeah, I think that her game, ever since she used the veto, like her people have just gone out the door. She does have something with Ava. She does have something with Kelly. She's getting closer and closer with Keanu. Keanu's not going to target her, but I feel like there's nobody sticking their neck out for Lauren. There's nobody protecting Lauren. There's nobody going to be mad if Lauren hits the block, really. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I think that she has a really big uphill battle to get to the end and then have any sort of player respect once she can win. But like game-wise, she's seen as weak or indecisive, or they don't have a high opinion of her. So
Right.
I think it really has a big uphill battle. So I agree with F.
Tanked her own game.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was muted. I was gonna say I agree with that. I actually would drop her to like top of F. I ain't gonna hold you. I don't really see anything in the cards for Lauren. I'm kind of disappointed because I know she said she was a fan. But with that being said, I don't even know if that's technically like a bad thing in this scenario, because some people that we've been ranking like amongst like the top-ish the last few weeks, like Riley or who else was it? Did I move up? Yeah, I did move right now. But like Riley and possibly Vince, whenever we get down to it, are on the block, like chopping block to go home. You know what I'm saying? And then possibly even Vicky. I'm just like, you know. Sorry, my dog just came here. But yeah, I don't really know if that's even like necessarily a bad thing at this point, because this cast is so backwards. What was the look for, Katie? What's wrong?
Just because you said Vince was at the top.
Yeah, we have him at one of the top right now. He's going to drop, but I'm saying
Yes, he is.
He's literally the third highest ranked as of last week. For now,
I'm
so
just
there you
saying that was my look. You
Right
asked
now.
the question, I answered.
Last week. There you go. All right. Anyone else? Janelle, how you feeling?
No, I'm fine. I said what I had to say about her. I would put her in F.
Josie, how you feeling?
Beautiful gowns. Beautiful gowns.
There you go. Boom. There we go. That's all we have for her. All right. Let's move on to Morgan. How we feeling about Morgan panel?
Welcome back, Christine from BB16. Yes! Or Cody. Cody. She'd be Cody. She ate low-key. I'm so sorry. Shoot the messenger. Morgan ate this week. That was her HOH, I fear. What? I have never seen it. She was in there and she was like a military sergeant. She stayed and she got her agenda pushed and moved. And Kat leaving was great for her game. Excellent. Excellent. Like, I actually can't be mad at Morgan. That was like, what more could you ask for, really?
Gamer girl gamed.
Yeah.
She ate.
She did. That's why I'm saying I would move her up, even though she's on the block and she could go home. I think she has the votes in any scenario to stay, and I would move her up to C. And she worked her ass off last week. I mean, like, the work did not stop. The work did not stop to protect Rachel and Ashley from going up on the block. She committed to the judges, and she was like, this is not happening. And she controlled that weak little man, and she got her move executed, and the girl's out of the house, and Morgan sitting pretty. Yeah, she's on the block and she's sad, but I feel like she's more upset for Vince than herself, because she has to know that she is going to be safe if she's next to Mickey. If she's next to Vince, she's not going home. They do not have the votes to get Morgan.
Yeah. I would also, I also want to point out, I really don't think, I'm really surprised that Keanu's target is Morgan. To be honest, I'm surprised it's not Mickey, because like,
I think he's jealous of how close she is with Vince.
Wants to cut her
but
off.
that's crazy to me. Like, I feel like
think.
I think it speaks more to Keanu. I think he's kind of flopping this week as an HOH, and the week has already began. Oh, but I just feel like Morgan being his number one target is a bit, I don't know. I don't know if that would be the move, to be honest. I don't think that.
The only reason I'm not all in on the Morgan train yet, and I know I'm going to get outvoted, that's completely fine. I want to see how it's looking next week, because one, I do feel like at the rate we're going right now, either Morgan or Vince are going to go, and then
Morgan's not going.
I know, like I said, I know she's not, but this is a very unpredictable cast, right? As long as one of those two people go, specifically Vince, obviously, if Vince leaves, I think that she's losing a key ally that's going to hurt her game a little bit, and then she's going to have to put a lot of her eggs in different baskets. So I'm really, I guess, optimistic. I want to see how this rolls, because she had a great week, obviously, right? Yeah. I want to see it carry over to this week, and then we'll see what happens. You know, it's still early. I'm not against it, but she did do good last week. She's going to get raised. I already know when you got voted, but I'm more of a, let me see. I'm one of those people. I'm like, I'm naturally on a consistent basis. I'm just like, let me see 2 weeks of good play. I don't want this to just be 1 week, and then you have this fantastic thing, and then the next week is like, what the, like Ava, right? Like Ava obviously got Zach out. Everyone's like, oh my god, it was playing such a good game. She flopped afterward. Like, what was going on? You know, so it's like, that's all. That's my criteria, but I completely understand her being raised.
Yeah, I think the best thing that happened with Morgan is that Zach is gone, and I actually think she was so clouded by Zach and Vince at the time, and like, oh, Zach and Vince, and it was so frustrating that Zach left, some of the fog lifted, and I think as soon as Vince's whiny little ass is out of that house, she's going to see clearly, and she has a good set of allies around her with Rachel and Will and Ashley, and even Ava. I feel like she's making good moves with. Like, she's kind of solid with that side. That side of the house is the only group of people in this house who have done anything to solidify and work on relationships, and everyone else that's not in the judges or like judges adjacent, like Ava and even Mickey to an extent. Like, Mickey's part of it kind of, but not, only because she's still so close with Will and she's so close with Rachel in some ways. They're all just floating around like random individuals plopped into a house, and they're not doing anything to solidify or work together. And Morgan is like the key that's keeping them all she's like the glue that's holding that side. And I think that's going to pay off in dividends for her, even if Vince leaves. I don't think that is necessarily a bad thing for her. I think that might actually be a better thing for her game if Vince leaves.
Morgan's interesting because it's like she hyper fixates on people. First it was Zach.
Men. She hyperfixates on men.
She hyperfixated on Mickey too, to be fair.
Well, I don't know. I think everyone knew it. Her mom said it before she got into the house. Like, her issue is gonna be men, and she centers men quite often. I think she needs to decenter men. Her game was 100 times better before when Zach left. But yeah, I don't know. Decenter men from your life. Anyways, Janelle, keep going. Sorry.
That's okay. Yeah, I think that she hyper fixates on people, but part of me really respects how she rides for the people that she cares about and tries to protect them. Sometimes I think to her own detriment, she's talking crazy this week about Vince, not wanting the Vince to go. But I agree with most of what everybody said. She had a phenomenal week last week. She did not let that man out of her sight. She had her claws in him and touching and rubbing and hugging and everything that they were doing, right? It's very odd. But like Katie said, I think that I think that she has the best chances to stay out of the 3. I cannot see them booting her, and I think that she has a good core group. The only people that will be after her are people like Keanu, Lauren, and Kelly. I think everybody else wouldn't nominate her.
Yeah, I don't think they can touch her.
Right. Yeah. So I would definitely move her up. She's above Ava by a mile to me.
I think she's in C.
Well, yes.
Okay. I agree with that. That's fine. Boom.
Took a little while to move her up there.
I was thinking the exact same
I'm like, where are you going with that picture?
Katie, I was thinking the same thing. I said, oh.
And the only reason I'm cool with that, because I personally, again, I understand she's gonna get raised. I do think she had a good week. I can easily see her dropping down again personally, but we're gonna see.
These people are all.
I'm very big on
this
2 weeks of performance. I'm not saying she's not capable of it. I'm just big 2 weeks of performance. But it's also
because 2 weeks though. 2 weeks in a row. She had a good 2 weeks.
Yeah.
The person below her though, I feel. How do you guys feel about Ava? I'm curious.
I'm sorry, her being in the bed while they're talking about how they can evict
God.
her is crazy. Crazy work. That was so funny. Anyways, I'll let somebody go.
Ava frustrates me because I just want her to be a little more active. Like, she has good reads, she gets it. But like sometimes these things come out of nowhere where she's like, Riley, I love Riley. I'm like, this man hated you and you barely talked to him in the house. Like, where is this coming from? And I just want her to be like active and playing and get out of bed. Like, her HOH was great. But to your point, Isaiah, she kind of, not to say that she flopped because she's in a good spot, but she's not in the judges. So she's an easy pawn or just someone to go up on the block if they don't have a nom, and they are going to stay loyal to that alliance. Who knows, right? Nobody knows what this house is going to do. They're all crazy. She very easily could have been a nomination for Keanu this week and could also be a replacement nominee if the veto is used. And he really does want to stay true to not putting up Rachel or Ashley and just wants to put a random up there. I kind of feel like she's where she's at. I'm good with where she's at. She's good. I'm fine with her. She has good relationships, but like, she's got to win something. She's got to make another move. She's got to game a little harder. Just like do something. I'm rooting for her, but she's just not giving me enough.
Yeah, I think she was left out of the judges because of her Ashley slander. Like, that's what left her out of the judges from what I can tell. I agree that she needs to do something because all the agency that she gained from her HOH, she went around saying that Mickey manipulated her into doing it. So nobody's even going to give her credit for that now because she threw that away to saying that she was manipulated. I just don't think that she's any of these people's priority. She's not as high on the priority list as she used to be. She's slipping down that list. Like, I think Rachel's going to protect Ashley over Ava. I don't know. I think Mickey would protect other people over Ava. I think, Will would protect other people over Ava. And I feel like she used to be higher up on people's priority list and she's slowly falling down. And that's an indication of why she wasn't included in that alliance. So I think she needs to lock in. But what I think is good is she's also making inroads with people like Lauren and people like Kelly. So, because if they win, they're not going to target Ava, so so I think she's good where she's at.
If there's someone who's actually playing the middle and not getting any consequences really from it, it's her. To be honest, like, I think both sides aren't necessarily targeting her, but I think she is, because she's not solid with people as much as I would like her to be. She's also possibly disposable. But in terms of like, if she makes it far enough in jury, like, I don't think anyone will be bitter towards her. They're going to say, I love Ava Pearl, which is a great thing to have. She just has to get there. And I don't know how she's going to do that. Maybe she needs to win another HOH and do her big one once again. If I had to recast Ava in a show, it would be The Circle. I feel like that is her game.
I see the vision.
It's just personality. It's personality. It's people have to like me, give personality, whatever. I don't feel like she plays the game of Big Brother. And I'm not meaning that in a bad way, but like, even when she was HOH, she wanted to sleep all the time, which, hey, I don't fault her. It's a hard life. Like, people want to sleep. She's gaining maybe years of sleep that she never had. I don't know. But I just feel like she doesn't play that game. She's just herself, which isn't a bad thing, but it's not gameplay. Like if they ask her, what is your strategy? My fears are, I don't like this person, so I put them up. Okay, that's not enough though. Like what's your game? Like what is your game? And I don't see that for her, which is unfortunate because I actually like her. She just doesn't have game.
Yeah.
I think if she was playing this way and we knew that she was doing it on purpose, I would want to raise her higher. If she was like, this is my strategy, I'm staying in the middle, I'm not, I actually thought if Catherine stayed this week, which truthfully, my vote would have gone to Kelly to get out of here, but we cannot get her out of this house because of this blockbuster, which I'm done with this twist, by the way, and I can't wait for it to be over. Like, just be done with it and don't do it again. I think it would have been actually a really good thing for her to make a little Gen Z girly alliance with Lauren and Catherine and really solidify something. But now that it's just now that it's just Lauren and her, that to me is a little less compelling, only because Lauren is just so wishy-washy. But I think that could have been a little power 3 that maybe nobody would have fully caught on to before maybe it was too late. And that could have reinvigorated her a little bit. But she's just kind of chilling, which I think is okay. She's in a very good position. But if she gets to the end, what's she going to say to get people to vote for her? I slept.
Do you think that Kelly could slide in that position instead of Catherine?
I don't. I think Kelly's too much of a psychopath.
The only reason I'm cool with Ava there is because Keanu's HOH, and I felt like she could have been an easy nom for him. And the fact that she didn't go up, and I don't really
her
know
name was out there as a possibility.
Yeah.
And I guess I'm just kind of like, who's really targeting Ava? I do feel like she could just be collateral damage like Catherine at some point if she's not too careful. But I mean, the sky's the limit. If she changes it up when jury comes out, cool. But I don't really see it right now. So she's right there for now. I could easily see her dropping down a spot or two next week if she doesn't change anything in her game. But that's just me. Moving on, because I guess we just keep.
Are we leaving her?
Right there. That's what I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Is anyone?
I think she's fine there unless someone has like a reason to move her. I'd be open to hearing it, but
nah, I don't. How's Ashley doing?
I give her flowers just like Morgan last week. She was up there in that HOH working as well to keep Rachel safe just as much as Morgan. Morgan just has more of a hold on Vince, but she was in there spitting her arguments. I just like Ashley. She was going toe to toe, eating Morgan up. I don't know if any of you saw that when Morgan was trying to vote out keep Kelly over Catherine. Ashley was eating up her reasoning. There's just something about her I love, and she has people going to bat for her too, to keep her safe, to keep her off the block. Her allies will work for her. She's avoided the block by the skin of her teeth, and mostly because of the people that she's associated with. Like, her social game is saving her. Now she has Keanu, the person that they can't get out. They can't keep him off of a veto or a blockbuster. Like, the man ain't stayed on the block for eviction night yet. He keeps winning, and he's extending an olive branch to Ashley. So I don't know. I think that she's in a great spot. I don't really see people targeting her to get her out. I think that if she goes up, she ain't going to go. A lot of people are going to go before her. So I hope, and I don't know if you guys saw that, where she said to the camera, she's so tired of playing dumb and she can't wait till jury hits so she could really turn it up. So I'm excited for what's to come for her. I think she's in a great spot. She has great reads. She's strategic. So I'm hopeful for Ashley that she's got a lot of life in her once jury hits. I'm really, really hoping.
I agree with everything you said. I think Ashley's playing a very good game. She started off on a little bit of a rough foot, and she's been able to make that up by leaps and bounds. And if Keanu wakes up on the right side of the bed for the rest of the week, I think she's good. It just depends on where his mind is at. But if Ashley's up on the block, I do not think they have the votes to get rid of her right now. Maybe. It depends on who she's sitting next to, but I really don't think so. Like, she wouldn't leave over Mickey. I don't think she leaves over Morgan. She definitely doesn't leave over Vince. So I think Ashley's good. And like you said, Janelle, that camera talk was very inspiring for me, because I don't feel inspired personally, but I feel inspired by her game, that she's telling us, I'm playing dumb. This is my plan. And when we get here, I'm going to start to turn it on. So now I'm like, okay, well, you're thinking. And I like what I'm hearing from you. Like, it's not just that she's sitting where she is. And I don't know. I think she's good. She put in good work with Ava today. I don't know if you guys saw them dancing in the bathroom, saying they believe in Jesus. That was funny. That was hilarious to me. And like, just feels like she's doing good with everybody else in the house too, like building those relationships. So I'd move her up.
A lot,
because you know that man Vince is moving down.
A lot of gender is happening, and I'm happy for her. Like I'm rooting so hard for her. Like I'm hoping she can make a path for herself to the end, and it could be possible.
She's my last draft standing, my first pick, and my last one.
I guess the question is, because I'm almost certain Vince is dropping.
Yes,
does anyone see Ashley getting ranked over Will or Rachel? I guess is the real question.
I'm gonna be so for real. I think she could low-key be above Will.
I could be convinced. I'm not.
Okay,
I'm not mad if we put her above Will.
Here's my perspective. I do think that if Will is on the block with Ashley, I think people are gonna be more inclined to keep her actually over Will, to be honest. Like I think Rachel, who is a powerhouse, is gonna want to keep Ashley over Will. I think a lot of the girls are probably gonna want to keep. The only person that really I feel like prioritizes Will is Ashley, to be honest.
Mickey. But Mickey doesn't matter.
Mickey doesn't have any pull anymore. I do think Rachel respects Will as well. Like I don't, but I feel like the person that really holds, like really is Ashley. Genuinely. That's my take on it, right?
Yeah.
So if I see the two of them on the block, I would not be surprised if Will goes over Ashley, to be quite honest. I think people will see her more as a valuable ally, as a potential bigger threat to shield them. I think there's a lot of reasonings that people can manipulate and justify to keep Ashley in the house over Will. That being said, her game as a whole, like I think it's incredible that from week one, she was the house target.
She was a pariah in the house. Everybody hated her.
And the shower gate down, and the fact that she's in this position to me is remarkable, to be honest. Like I think some of it is her doing. I think some of it is other people playing bad games, to be honest. But like I'm looking at this cast and I think, damn, like if Kelly left, like it's an Ashley, like this could be I could see everyone voting for her to win, to be honest. Maybe not Keanu, I don't know, but I think people would vote for her, and I think that's incredible because like she's just been inching her way to the top, and I'm excited to see what that switch is. I did see that talk that you mentioned, and I was like, oh, yes, girl. Yes, girl. Now, I do want to know if she knows who Linkin Park is, to be real honest.
Sounds like she does not.
She said she didn't know.
Didn't she say, who's it?
She said, who is that? And I said, I don't know if this is her strategy or not.
I mean,
and I'm 24. I know who Linkin Park is. Like, I'm younger than
Linkin Park is.
Yeah.
So, sister, but alas, not relevant. In the end, it doesn't really matter, pun intended. But I will just say, I think she's playing a really good game. I think she's one of the only people I feel like I could represent this season well to be a winner, to be honest.
Yeah, I think that she should be above Will because she's does a lot more in the game. She's having a lot more conversation. Yeah, she's having a lot more conversation. She's out working a lot more. That's what Will's way more passive. He's in a good spot, in with a lot of people. But Ashley really is willing to push her agenda when Will be like, whatever's best for your game, classic Will. So that's why I put her above Will.
Yeah, I agree.
All right.
Let's go, Ashley.
Yeah.
All right. So there were tricklings last week. Not in here, obviously, but like on social media, people were comparing this guy to another overrated Big Brother player named Tyler Crispin.
I talked about this last week.
Yeah, and I'm like, first of all, Tyler Crispin is not even like a top 15 Big Brother player. Probably not even top 20. We'll see. But then I'm dead ass serious.
Get you for that.
I don't care.
At your door.
I've literally proven this. He barely cracked my top 10 best to never win. But we'll get there.
You don't gotta tell me. I don't like that man. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm no Tyler stan.
Yeah, I know. Nope. She's very overrated. But they were like, oh my god, Vince Crispin. I'm just like, all right. But then Vince comes in and it does what he does in his HOH. So, guys, how far are we dropping Vince realistically? Because he had not a good HOH in my opinion.
F. There, if Vince does not win or have somebody save his butt cheeks again, he's going home. I cannot see how he's gonna get the votes to stay at all. Like, he needs 4 votes. There's just no way. I cannot see them keeping Vince even over Mickey. Even though Mickey has pissed people off, Mickey has been on a lot better behavior. She's gotten a lot more less information because of her behavior, and she ain't got nothing to do. So the fact that he's fallen so far that Mickey is staying over him, likely, I think so. I think Mickey would stay over. Ashley,
it's up to the judges.
Yes, and I feel like, well, Morgan's going to be pissed, but I feel like Ashley, Will, Rachel, Ava would want to keep Vince over, or want to keep Mickey, I'm sorry, over Vince.
Ava wants to keep Mickey?
Yeah, Ava, I don't know so much about. She's done with Mickey.
They were trying to keep Mickey over Kelly last week. They were gonna boot Kelly and keep Mickey. They're like, no, we can't. We're not sending. We're not keeping Kelly over Mickey. We're not doing that. That's what they were saying. So I just think that I think that against Mickey, Vince is going. I don't think that they're gonna boot her to keep. Like, what does Vince do for Ashley? What does Vince do for Will? Yes, they have the judges, but I feel like Mickey is a better asset for them personally than Vince ever would be. You know, Vince kept them off because of Morgan. Not because Vince wanted to keep them off. Morgan had to work her butt off to keep them off. It's people like,
let me say this. Vince is a spineless weasel, wet noodle of a human being. And the fact that we put Lauren in F, Vince's ass should sit right next to her because he is as undecided as Lauren and cannot make a decision for her to save his life, if not more so, and makes more goddamn excuses about it than Lauren does. So if Lauren's an F because she can't make a decision, then Vince's ass needs to sit right next to her. And I can't with the victim mentality of Vince. Like, you act like all of these horrible things were put upon you when you put yourself into all of these situations. You got off that wall and you're like, fuck yeah, let's go. And then he cried the entire week. He puts up Mickey and then he sits in front of Mickey and he cries to her about, I can't believe I'm so stupid. I put you up and I'm so stupid. How could I have done this? I'm so dumb. And this is what he does all week. He doesn't put up Rachel, who's been coming for him the entire game. They've been at odds. Yes. Okay. You made an alliance 3 days ago, but it's not real. You've been working with these other people and you keep saying Riley's your number one. You want to buy this favor with Catherine. Am I thrilled that he made the move? Yes, but really that was Morgan's move. And then you get up to Keanu and you're sitting there and you're saying, you got to put up Rachel. Please don't put me up. What about Rachel? Look at Rachel. What did Rachel do to me? And it's like, you were literally in that room yesterday. Your ass should have put up Rachel. And now you're crying to Keanu about not putting up Rachel and you going up on the block when you've actively disregarded your relationship with Keanu since the beginning. You burned him once, burned him twice, burned him 3 times. And unfortunately for you, he woke up and saw the vision that we've all been seeing, that you are the worst ally to anybody in this house. You are awful. You're a fan of what? Who are you emulating your game after? I would love to know. Who is it? And you're just sitting there and you're crying saying this is a 10-year dream for you. And you just want to I just want to get to jury. This is so important to me. You should want to go to jury because your girlfriend's going to eat your ass up when you get home and you're not going to have a girlfriend anymore. Because I don't want to hear anybody also blaming Morgan for the behavior of Vince, because this is all on Vince and it's actually like weird and kind of gross. And I'm here for the dragging of him on the internet for this. Like, get out. Also, the have-nots, you're crying about being a have-not. You're laying in bed. You're holding your hand over your face. Like, this is the worst thing on earth that's ever happened to you. Like, get out of my parking lot show. Get out. You're not fun to watch. You're annoying as hell. Just go home to your mom's basement and go find a job and leave us. Please leave us.
The self-deprecation is almost comical. Like, it's like painful to watch.
It's painful. It's like not even funny anymore. I have to turn it. He's an instant feed killer for me. Instant.
And I'm wondering, like, Vince, if you get to the end, what the hell are you going to say? He talks about how bad his game is, how stupid he is, how all his decisions are bad, and he does everything.
So
what you going to say? What you say? I hope he goes home. I hope to God he goes home. Morgan can reintegrate and put her loyalties to all the people that I like. Goodbye, Vince. He does nothing for anybody. Nothing. Literally nothing for anybody's game. Nothing.
Even his own game. He doesn't even do
Right.
anything for his own game, which is why last week when I was talking to I forget who was in the chat last week saying like, oh, I just hate Vince. And I said,
No.
I would like to see Vince harness this and do something with the power that he has. What did he do all week? He cried. What did he do all week? Morgan had to coddle him and cuddle him like he's a little teeny little baby and calm him and soothe him through every single decision that he had to make it a joke, dude. What show did you sign up for? What Big Brother are you watching? What show is this?
Drop him. He's likely going home. If he stays on that block, he's going home.
Defend your man, Josie. I know you want to.
No, I'm not defending him. Yeah, let me be real. When I'm speaking on behalf of people, there's my opinion and then what I think is best for the people in the house. That doesn't mean I agree with it. It's not how I would play the game. I will say that Vince did really piss me off. Like, I just feel like if you care about the game so much, then why aren't you playing it? I don't understand his strategy at all. Like, I just didn't understand the whining and the crying and the whatever, because I was like, even if it does work, what are you going to do when you have to then plea your game and tell people why you deserve to represent the season and why your game is better than the person sitting beside you? I just feel like you're doing all these things to put these messages in people's heads. Like, my game sucks. I'm a spineless weasel. Da, da, da. So then it's going to stick the more you say
no one's voting for you when you say that.
I don't understand that tactic. I was quite surprised that, like, to be honest, he did pick Kat's side. I just feel like I just wish that people would own the dynamics of the house. I think that's why I'm getting frustrated. And that's how I feel about Keanu, to be honest. But maybe it's because I'm coming from a place where I understand it completely, but I feel like some of it is fairly obvious. You are in the house. You want to win an HOH to better your positioning. And I just feel like when Vince was HOH, his positioning would have been, if you would have gotten rid of Rachel, I'm so sorry, it would have been a clean cakewalk for him to win.
Yeah,
I don't care if you agree or disagree. That is what I think would have happened. And the fact that didn't happen really did surprise me. I understand why a lot of people on his side was frustrated, but I feel like if you're not going to take the shot, don't act like you're going to take the shot for the next 3 days and make 3 people amped and excited and then do the opposite. That's the issue with his game, is that he over promises and never delivers.
Yes, that's why Keanu.
Well, yes, but I still don't think that.
You're right.
Anyways, but I don't think that was the move for Keanu, but it's okay. That being said, I don't know. I think he does deserve to go lower, but I don't think his game is just done and out yet. The fact that he has been able to do this time and time again, the house, I'm so sorry. I don't feel like sometimes they're the brightest bulbs when it comes to strategy and gameplay. I think there's some exceptions here and there, and I think people have moments where they're extremely well. I would not be surprised if Vince missed them once again, because he's done it time and time and time again. So I don't know if he's actually going to leave until we know who's on the block after the POV is used, or it is not used. We'll see. Or Blockbuster, to be quite honest. But I do think this week was abysmal. I don't think he's done, though.
Let me give you a rebuttal on that. All of the people who either prioritized Vince or who Vince should have had the foresight to put together as a group, which he never solidified. Everybody was saying, our team, our group, this side of the house, this side of the house, this side of the house. They never solidified anything. And Vince would have been the power figure. It would have been Vince over here and Rachel over here as the two powerhouses of those alliances, the heads of the alliance that had to get chopped, and they could have gone after each other. Vince never had either the foresight, or he wasn't strong enough to make that decision and bring them all together, because he cannot make a decision on what he wants his path to be. And instead of keeping those people around who he could then form something in the end of the game, he's gotten rid of all of them. He should have voted to keep Adrian. Him and Zach should have voted to keep Adrian and forced a tie, and Lauren would have kept Adrian. He should have that would have gotten rid of Will, and that would have been one less number for Rachel on the other side. He should have not put Catherine on the block and gotten rid of someone on the other side of the house and said, screw the judges. We just made this 3 weeks ago, whatever. He did not do that. It's like he's completely disregarding Kelly as an ally. And now she can't stand him because she's like, he screws me over. The same thing Keanu feels about him. That's what she feels about Vince now. So it's like, he's lost any goodwill with that crew, and they're dwindling. And the other side of the house, who's actually a formed bond of people, are all going to prioritize each other over Vince, and they don't trust him because he cannot be trusted. So I really don't think, like, can anything happen? Yes, but all those people who just are not strategic, like the Rileys and whoever else that are just like float around with the wind, they're gone. So they're not going to solidify around him, and the group that's staying is already solidified with each other. So I just don't see how he could crack that, unless like Morgan works some kind of miracle. But I don't know. He's shown no true colors.
I don't see how your point necessarily. I think we are both in agreement. I said I think anything can happen. I don't think anything is confirmed until he goes, because I have seen how Vince has played. We don't know what POV is. Mickey pisses people off all the time. Like, there's just so many other variables. Keanu himself. My point was, like, I agree with everything you're saying. I'm just saying that it's not over until Blockbuster happens, in my opinion, because anything can happen. I'm interested to see what will happen now that his back's against the wall. What is he going to do? I don't think it's over. I think he needs to win a competition and make himself of value to Keanu.
I'm thinking more long term, I guess. Oh, okay. And like reintegrating himself into the, if he lasts this week, because he very well could, right? Like you're saying, there's many opportunities now, too many for him to stay. Yeah. I just don't see him being able to get back into a position where people see him as like, oh, okay, Vince. Oh yeah, no, Vince. Like, he's burned too many people too many times, I think, to really have like win equity. And the downplaying and the talking badly about himself, like not owning a single move. Rachel made me do it, or this person was up here and told me to do this. It's like, these people are gonna have to vote for you. And I don't see him changing that when jury starts. He has already put that mindset into everybody's brain about himself.
Yeah, let me make one point and I'm done. I agree with Katie. Even if Vince stays, I don't see like who he marches forward with, because I don't see any of these people really prioritizing Vince. I see him.
All it takes is one HOH. All it takes is one HOH to be honest.
I agree, but I'm just saying he may or he may not win. He's been on the block, 3 times in the last 4 weeks, right? Is that correct?
Yeah.
He went up 3 times in the last 4 weeks. He didn't go up last week because he was HOH. So I'm just concerned with his ability to actually get to the end, because I don't see who's going to work with, prioritize, want to take along Vince besides maybe Lauren and Morgan, and that's it. Everybody else not going to care about Vince. I don't see how he's going to get there to the end.
I agree. I also like the point about him being on the block all the time. Keanu's been on the block God knows how many times. Kelly's been on the block.
I feel like this house doesn't really
like there is. I feel like the rules that we know of Big Brother when it comes to standard gameplay, and this is a note on the season, it's completely changed. The things that have occurred this season, I have not witnessed in a very long time. So or ever, to be honest. So it's like, yes, I think we all agree. And so it's just to see what happens, who wins POV, what happens with Blockbuster.
I actually agree a little bit more with Josiane here. I do think I'm going to meet you guys in the middle. I'm going to drop him. I'm not going to put him in F yet. I don't think his game is actually completely over yet. Only because it still is pre-jury. I think that once jury starts, I'm not going to say it's like a hard reset, but it really just takes one HOH to really just flip the whole house, especially with this cast.
But he doesn't have he never does
with the HOH, not once.
That's it's actually worse for him to win competitions because look what happened. Like, it's bad.
And I understand that, but I'm also going to say if he does leave this week and Morgan's also still here and Mickey just ends up leaving, I do think that there's a really good chance for a reset for him, especially if and I mean, I think there's an argument to put him above Keanu, to be honest with you, but I'm not going to do it. I think that the good thing is that he actually has allies in comparison to some of the people that is above him that will actually look out for him. I do think that he had a abysmal HOH, yes, but if I'm going to be consistent with my 2-week rule, I give it 2 weeks to see some true data, and I want to see this carries over to this week. Like, never say never. I'm just saying, I agree with you guys. He's playing horribly. He tanked horribly. He has some F quality stuff, but I don't think that if he survives this week, and I've been saying this about Mickey as well in previous weeks, the game's not over yet. So I'm not going to pull the plug on him just yet. I want to see how it looks going into next week. there is a slim chance. But more than likely, if he keeps this up, he's going to be in F next week.
I will say though, to your 2-week rule, I'm not saying we have to move him down.
That's fine.
But him voting for Riley was horrible for his game.
Agreed.
Well, although I guess that would have meant Morgan went home too. So he was.
I'm the one who tweeted. I was like,
he should have kept Riley.
I was like, Vince made a terrible mistake. Everyone was like, oh my God, you don't know what you're talking about. He needed. I'm like, I see the game in like two different completely ways than everyone else. So I get you. I was completely against him doing that. I don't like his indecisiveness. Again, just like the Tyler thing, he's not Tyler, because Tyler at least had multiple pockets of allies to work with to be playing flip.
And they all believed him. That's the difference. Vince thinks he has it, but none of them believe him.
And that's what I'm saying. I agree.
My other rebuttal.
Okay.
Sorry, go ahead. You finish.
I was just gonna say, if he does survive this week, there are a couple of characters like Keanu or a Mickey or whoever else is still in the house that can easily make an ass out themselves, and that gives them a good 1 to 2 week cushion to possibly like reset his like, it's not, there's possibilities. That's all I'm saying. But it's bottom of D. It's one spot away from F. So it's like, I'm not disagreeing with y'all. I'm just saying, like,
think
there's a
then
shot,
that
you know?
truthfully, if we're keeping him in D, then I think Lauren should move up to bottom of D, because I think they're in a very similar position, but actually Vince almost worse because he's publicly burned more people and Lauren has not. So I actually think they're similar in the way that they play, except Vince is more outwardly woe is me victim. Look at all these things I've done to myself. How could this happen to me? Even though I did it all on my own. She's quiet, but she struggles with making the call. So I actually think Lauren might even be in a little bit of a better position because 1, she's never been on the block. 2, no one's coming for her, even as like a pawn. And Vince is highly at risk of going home. So if we're going to leave Vince there, then I think Lauren should be in D, maybe above him. If
I agree.
All right, so look, is there a vote? Is there a majority vote for Lauren to be raised? Yes or no?
You know what? She's on my draft. Yes.
There you go.
Why not?
Let's go.
Insane reason.
Yeah,
I just need, and I think Joseph said in the chat, this is the same exact way she dodged F last time, is because we had a similar situation where someone at the bottom of D, they were like, oh, I think Lauren should be raised up. This, I'm just saying. I mean,
but they just, the thing is that he is so bad, actively tanking day over day. It just is getting worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. And she's in the same spot.
Just saying. This is how I think Joe was like, how she keep getting out. This is how she gets out of F, because someone at the bottom, and I was like, oh, well, Lauren should be. I'm like, how? I don't think she has.
Draft. It don't matter.
And Josie, whatever. All right. Anyway, she should not be up here. Whatever.
And then neither should he.
Whatever.
Yeah. All right. He's all-time bad in my mind. One of the all-time bad players at Big Brother.
The only thing I want to add, it's not to make a point or anything. It's more so that Lauren already has confirmed that if she wins veto, she will be taking Vince off the block. I just thought that was important to mention, just because that's one more person fighting for him during the POV. If she does,
we do not learn lessons in the Big Brother house, I guess, Lauren. But
she don't really got nobody.
Yeah, she can't lose anyone else, I guess. So.
Yeah.
What can you do?
There you go. All right, we got 3 people left. Let's try not to hit a 2-hour podcast, please.
You only got one person.
We don't. Left. We have 2 people left.
We didn't do Will.
Will and Rachel.
So what's is there a strong opinion on Will? I really think he's in the same exact place that he was last week.
Yeah.
And unfortunately he drops down one place, but I just feel like obviously it's like good that he's like not in the limelight. I'm curious to see if he has the ability to turn it up by jury. You know, I keep comparing him to Mimi, who I would love to speak to this year. I actually emailed her yesterday. But Will reminds me a lot of her, and I think she actually would have thrived in this cast. And you know, I think Will has a lot of good good aspects of his game. I'm just very curious if he's going to be able to like flip the switch when he needs to flip it come jury, because it's going to be a completely different game. You know, they're probably going to, I don't know what his challenge prowess is. I don't really know like what he's capable of, you know, so he's in a good position. That's always fun. But like when it's time for the game to really start, like I don't know if that's going to be enough to get him to the end, especially with this kind of cast. But there you go.
Does he really? Okay. does he really have to do anything? Like, yes, I do think there is something that he needs to claim to advocate for himself, like when he gets to the final two chairs. But like in terms of sitting in the final two chairs, does he really gotta do anything? Like
I mean, you
the
can say
fact
that
that
about Cam.
well, yes.
I wouldn't
Wait, what
compare
Cam are
them.
we talking about?
Shut up,
Why
my
not?
dogs at the crib.
Oh, our
Why
king.
not?
Well, to be honest, Cam didn't really have to do anything either. I was kind of on Cam's neck last season. Like, to be honest, he didn't have to. Like,
They carried him.
some people just don't have to do anything because they're powered and they're allied with people who like do the work for them or have a heavy
That could
like
be Will.
move. And I think Will, that's my point. Like, I don't feel like Will needs to do anything else, to be honest. I think the people that value him seek him automatically. I thought the POV was really interesting about the fact that he wanted to throw it because everyone would expect him to do something because everyone holds him in good regard. Like, I think that's good. I don't know what move he will make, but if he has to make a move, then people are going to start wanting to put him up anyways. Like, that's what I don't really know what Will has to do. Like, is cutting someone major at final three enough? I
Yeah,
don't
I
know. It
think
depends on the cast.
I kind of agree that Will doesn't really need. It's actually working for him that he's not, because he's just playing a perfect I'm just here game, but he's thinking. It's not. That's the difference between Cam and him, I think, is that Cam wasn't really gaming, but Will is gaming. Like, the not doing anything is Will's strategy.
I mean, my thing is that that's good for now, but like I don't think Will has any sort of influence to the point where he can like try to navigate a vote or like tell people what to do when he like let's say he's double eviction
Ava's
night.
HOH.
Well, but let's say double eviction night comes up and it's like, yo, like let's do them. You think people are really going to listen to Will in comparison to half of these
I
other
think the people
loudmouths in
who
the
are
house?
in positions to have influence will listen to Will. I think Ashley listens to Will. I think Ava listens to Will.
Mickey
I think to a degree Mickey does, and I do think to a degree Rachel does. I don't know. Rachel's her own independent queen, but I do think I do think that Will, he doesn't have power over the whole house, but he has influence amongst the top players. And that's why I feel like he kind of doesn't have to do anything. No one's going to put him up. If Will is on the block come eviction night, whoever is beside him is going home because they're going to say, that person is a bigger target than Will. Like, it's gotten to that point. Like, I think Will is fine. My concern for him is when he does get to final two, because I'm manifesting for King. Like, what can he say? That's more.
I
if
hope
he can put a story against it and say, like, you're all crazy, and I know that. So I played the middle on purpose because I knew that if I made a move, it would make me a target. And this was my strategy to get here. If he can articulate it that way, then in a way, and again, it depends on who's in jury. If it's him and like Kelly at the end, which I don't know what scenario that would ever happen, he's winning. He's winning.
Listen, and I think he's capable of it, right? I just don't know if he's actually going to like do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've seen a couple players before, like this before, where it's like, like, look, he's in a great position. I'm liking everything I see. He could do this crazy thing. Does he ever use the power that he's actually holding? Like, I forget the woman's name in one of the Big Brother Canada seasons. Gosh, she was like one of the older ladies, and it was in, I think,
Karen.
No. She was in Tyshawn season, I think. I forget what her name was. She was like one of the earlier boots, but like whatever. She had
Tina.
Was it Carol? Tina or Carol? I don't know. I'm gonna have to search it up. That's gonna bother me. But
okay.
Tashawn, who won with Jed, like the Jed and Beth. You go on the block, Beth.
It might be Tina.
I think
it's probably Tina. It's Tina or Tara.
Oh, Tara.
No. It was Tina. It was Tina. It was
Tara.
Tina.
Got to the end. Got to 3.
Tara
think,
did,
right?
but Tina, early on in the game, everyone was like, "Yo, Tina has like all this power." Everyone's listening to her. Like, she's perfect positioning. We're like, yo, Tina can really like run this whole house. She never did anything with it from like what I remember. Obviously, Will's way better than Tina, but I feel like Will is almost like Tina if she made it farther in the game. It's like great position. Obviously, you got some kind of mind. Everyone's coming to you about stuff, but like you don't put your stamp of influence on anything, right? I'm afraid Will is going to be this type of player where it's like you have all the potential in the world, but then like, are you going to actually like do anything with it? Like, are you just going to like you want I like my players to at least have like the ability to at least when it's time, especially like at the end game, to steer the game into the direction where he's like in control to choose what his fate is. I don't want a Cam situation, and I liked Cam. I thought Cam was he was a solid player, but I don't like the situation where you have to rely on someone else to take you to that point. That that's I always bring up Steve. Steve got himself to that point, in like he was the blind spot to Vanessa. Will could be the blind spot to a lot of these people, but if he doesn't do the thing that he needs to do to basically navigate his way to the end, then it's like he can't have Ashley or any of these other people be the people to navigate him. So he needs to be like, this is my game. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Yeah. I'm not saying he's a bad player, still one of the better position players. I'm very optimistic with him because I haven't seen anything to show me that he has that killer instinct I need him to have. That's all.
Yeah, that's my problem with Will. I love Will. He's in a great position. A lot of people have Will, like include Will in everything, but he just doesn't do anything. And I want to see him do something, push for something, extend his opinion, use his influence, because he barely does. That's just the truth. People ask him and he'll say, do whatever's best for your game. He doesn't drive it. So that's my fear for him. Yeah, I don't like it either. And that's my biggest criticism. He needs to play harder so he has something to say. Like, he's just there.
Now, granted, he doesn't need to do it right now. And I'm not saying he can't. He doesn't have the ability to do it later. That's what I'm saying. I just haven't seen, like, even like dropping a small seed, and then it doesn't even need to be big. Like, do something, like that's all I'm worried about. I'm not saying like
I don't feel like he hasn't done anything though. I feel like we're making
for sure
just sat there and ate his food. I feel like he will. Wait, what?
No, I said no. No, I said no. Like I agree with you. Like he's playing the game. I'm sorry. No. I agree. He's playing the game. I'm worried that he's not going to take initiative come jury time. That's all I'm worried about.
I think what's the reason why it's hard for me to not disagree or agree with your take is because I feel like when we do see Will in the context of confessionals, the only great thing about the episodes, to be honest, is like seeing the actual competitions when they're like interesting, and the confessionals. Those are the two selling points of sitting at home and watching that, using
especially a 90-minute episode.
Right. So my thing is that Will seems to very much be the comic relief of the season, which, hey, I don't blame you. He's the personality for it. I said it preseason. I love his energy. I love his vibe. He reminds me of some uncles that I have in my family. But we don't get game talk. And I don't know if it's because when he sits in the confessionals, they're ready to just talk to him about how he wants to fast forward and rewind and pause and talk about his chocolate drop, which, hey, Black Love, we love to see it. But I just don't feel like we get the opportunities to hear Will's gameplay. And he isn't the type to start talking on feeds. Hey, this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm thinking. Love that Ashley did it. But granted, like people who didn't necessarily see Ashley's game were probably thinking things like a negative connotation about her game. And I think it's easy to think that way when we haven't heard him. And it's hard for me to agree or disagree because I don't know if what he's doing is strategic. I can only take what he said preseason, but even then that's pretty much nothing because everyone was selling a bunch of stuff preseason and they did not do it. So I really hope that they can allow us to see a confessional where Will's actually talking about his game for once so that I can have a better understanding.
I have no faith in CBS to do that in any facet, but even if it's not like, shown us or even in like feeds, like I would love for Will to like come into the jury phase and then completely be like I think of Andy and BB15, like he was just like this guy that everyone like meshed with. Double eviction comes, he just pulls like this crazy move, or like I would love something like that come out on scale. Like Will has so much potential to be like such a great player if he and I would love to see him be the eventual champion. Like I just need him to have like that one stamp on the season to be like, I did that. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's like not the biggest thing, I would love to like at least see something like I don't know what his resume is right now. You know what I'm saying? That's also not like I would love that thing. But that's it.
if the judges stick together, well, Vince might go, but if they continue to rock forward, he kind of started that. That was his idea.
I mean, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
He
But Derek
suggested Zach.
Frazier also started the cookout, and you saw that went. It's just like it. Do people care about that anymore? Like Enzo did that. Do people care that like you?
I was just trying to give him some credit for something.
For sure, I feel you.
I'm offended for that at least.
I'm just thinking like the mind of a juror. Like
right, I agree with that.
Like, what,
that ain't gonna.
I could see him winning AFP. They're giving him such an edit.
They're
even
but
putting
we want the winner.
Well, no, I know that, but I'm just saying you get a little money at least at the end of the day. They're giving him. They did a family visit. They're doing little like thought bubbles with his wife. They're doing fast forwards and whatever. I mean, they're really putting a lot of work into these Will segments on the show when they could be, truthfully, I love Will and I love to see it, showing us some gameplay. But instead, they're spending a lot of minutes on Will. So I feel like they're at least setting him up for something. They obviously like him, which
I already have his vacation to Italy. Shout out to Zach.
Yes, shout out to Zach.
He got that vacation day.
Mary is so funny to chat. All right, let's go to the last person. All right. Rachel, is she staying at the top? Is she raising? Is she dropping? What are we doing with Rachel? Because actually, Joseph very critical, and I'll let you go, Janelle.
All the time, every time.
Joseph is a Rachel hater. We can't listen to him.
Hard, but I want to say,
take that tinfoil hat off.
We have a 3-time player, Joseph. Winner, legend on Mount Rushmore, Big Brother, arguably. Like Rachel Riley has made it 8 damn weeks. 8 weeks as a
and she has not touched the block.
Has not touched the damn block. She has these people. The way Ashley and Morgan worked last week to save her. Like she has gotten back into Keanu. Like her miss to me has just been great. I think she's been great. I think she's right where she needs to be. I can't believe that she's still here. These people should have been gone after her. Now Keanu wants her as a shield. I need her in jury because people are going to go after her before they go after me. And if she could really get in with somebody that could win competitions and keep her safe, like really prioritize her, if Keanu is really awake now, like, I don't know. I'm hopeful for her because she still got Ashley. She still got Will. Morgan's with her. Like, she's back in with the people that she freaking nominated a couple of weeks ago. They've all came back around on Miss Riley and saved her butt the following week after nominating her. So I think she's doing great.
I might say something that may seem a little crazy, but I'd move her up to B. I think her HOH blew that other side of the house wide open, and she got the biggest threat to win out of the game. And that, to me, it put her in such a solid position. It completely weakened Catherine to the point where Morgan rode so hard for Rachel specifically to stay off the block that it also got Catherine out, which were her 2 biggest ops. And then now, like, who's coming for her? Lauren? Even Rachel? Even Vince is like, I'll come for her, but he didn't do anything on his HOH to get her out. Keanu wants to smooth things over for now. We can't trust Keanu. We don't know what he's going to do. But for this last couple of weeks, I would move her up to a B. She had a very successful HOH, if not the most so far of the season. She took a big swing and she got a huge threat out, and the rest now they're all just floating out in the air and they can't get it together.
Yeah, I really like the point about her obliterating the other side. That sent them reeling. Like she's set off for what happened with Catherine. And the fact that she's even back with Keanu, like, and everybody that was pissed at her and hated her life, she's back in good with them. I don't know.
Who hates her? Kelly? That's it. They don't even have the votes to get her out. If she was on the block last week, they probably wouldn't have been able to get her out.
Yeah, that was why Vince was scared.
I again love Rachel. I do want to mention something that I think is very critical for this last week that makes me not want to put her in B. I think she should still be at the top, but Vince telling her that information, her running to Keanu and then Keanu running to Vince, I thought that was horrible. I am so upset that her weak spot is Keanu. Yeah. I think that is, like, she is so, like, it's crazy to me. Like, Rachel is a queen, okay? Like, no ands ifs buts about it. Like, I like Rachel. But that move to me was insane. Like, that was a rookie mistake. And to be honest, I think she's lucky that Vincent put her up on the block. It gave her an excuse. It gave him an excuse to put her up. The fact that he didn't put her up after that, I mean, that was his mistake, but I don't think it's because she did anything.
Oh,
I
she
think
went up there.
I think
You didn't see her go up there.
no, but
I think it's a combo.
I
Yes.
think both played a part. However, that move to me was
Terrible.
horrible.
She fixed
Like
it.
I feel like she has invested. My issue with Rachel is that I think she invests time in people and energy in people, and she doesn't want it to go to waste when sometimes it's okay to let it go. I think it took forever for her to let go of the Kelly. And I think that's the same thing with Keanu. It's great that he's keeping her safe for now, but we don't know what's gonna happen. Again, this man is not stable in terms of like gameplay for her. I feel like that move was so bad and it could have went so left.
But
And
it
she's
didn't.
lucky. Yeah, I know it didn't. That's why she still, I think, should be the first, but I don't think she should be B because of that move. That move to me was really, really bad and very detrimental. And she gave too much away. She gave too much away, especially as a vet. Like I kind of low-key have to hold her to a different standard because she is Rachel Riley. Like that was crazy.
Well, the one thing I'll say about it is that move, Josie, is that I do think the positive that came. Well, one, it didn't damage her long term. Was it smart? No, but I do think the one positive for her that move is that it did kind of show her the light from Keanu, right? So now she knows that she can't fully trust Keanu, and she was ready to take him out this week if she wins HOH. Now I think she's seen the light, similar to Keanu seeing the light on Vince that he cannot be trusted. I think she's really seeing the light of like, let me. And I don't think she ever 100% trusted Keanu either. But I do think what Rachel's trying to do is look for a partner to play this game with. And there is nobody in this house who can be a partner to her. So she's already put in so much work to make Keanu that partner. Like, okay, fine, she made a blunder, but she recovered. I think she had a lot of really good conversations with Vince and did convince him of her loyalty. And I think now she sees the light of Keanu and she can play a little bit smarter with him. She just has to adapt to not need someone as like a number one. But I think she's going to be in a better spot moving forward now, especially with Catherine gone, who is coming for her. There's less and less people in this house that are blatantly targeting Rachel. The only main one is Kelly. And even if Vince stays and wins HOH again, I'm not convinced that he would even put her up at this point. Because
I'm not convinced.
I'm not convinced. Because like I said, he has no spine. So
I think she should be top of the pack. It's hard for me to move her in B right now. I think if she survives this next week and she like slays it, like I think she really can, I'd be down to move her up next week. I just feel like that last move was like too risky, and I don't think I just feel like you're Rachel Riley, like information is power. Like I just feel like I know that she could have kept it. The thing is, I know she could have kept it. It would have even saved her a lot of stress, for one, and two, she could have used it later on if needed, like something in her back pocket, something to use in the future. And I think that's why I don't want to move her into B, but I think she's ahead of them. I just want, to your point, Katie, Rachel doesn't need anyone. Can we just be frank?
She just thinks she does, but she doesn't.
She is Rachel Riley. Brendan left her the season she won. Brendan left quite early, from what I remember. Like, she literally doesn't need anyone, and I want her to stand in that. And that's why I'm so upset that like it seems like Keanu's her blind spot. She doesn't, like, that's what I'm saying. Let this week happen. If the work she put in actually bears fruit and she doesn't go up on the block, then it's like, okay, that move might have been worth it to me. But as of right now, I'm not sure, because like Keanu to me is just not someone worth investing your energy in when he moves the way he does. And she's seen him do that to her time and time again. If we're talking about burning, Keanu has burnt her quite a few times as well. So I think she should stay.
Yeah. But the only thing is,
but because like the people that she had last week is what she needed to keep her off that damn block. And in addition to her, do you know what I mean? Like, she needs allies. She needs people to work with. I commend, while I think she worked on Kelly for too long and has a soft spot for Keanu, she needs allies to help her get where she needs to get. You can't play Big Brother alone. People to ride with you. So I think she kind of has that, because last week it showed. Like, she's not on the block because of her allyship to Morgan, right? But I'm talking about last week. That's what, in my sense, she does need people. You need people.
When I say that I mean like a partner, like a number one partner. That's kind of how I'm thinking about it. Like she thinks about playing with Brendan, and then it's like she needs another person like that to get further, but she really doesn't. Like
Jordan for her,
right. So, but when I look at this list and I see Rachel even with Morgan, who probably won't go home, but could in the same tier, like to me, Rachel has outplayed everybody, and it's almost like she's not an A, she's not an S, but I do think she is a cut above everyone else because she's thinking more forward looking and she's much more strategic. She understands the game where many of these other people don't. Like we just talked about Will saying we don't even know if he has a game that he's playing, and he's only one there's only one person in between him and Rachel, which is why I'm like, I think we should move her up just one. She could go way down in 2 weeks, but it just feels like she's a cut above the rest to me, and she has not been on the block, which is insane that she has not been on the block.
I would be okay with moving her up if we moved up Ashley, because I think Ashley actually has better reads than Rachel, to be honest.
So here's my only question. With Rachel.
Like,
because what is her chances of winning? Do you guys think she could actually like win right now, or are they not going to get a previous winner another win?
This jury is the perfect jury for her, especially if Vince goes home. This is a perfect jury.
Mickey, I don't think we'll let Rachel.
Well, I know I've been saying that they should not let Mickey get the jury. I have been saying
she could be
gone. That's my only thing that's making.
But so could Rachel.
Think about that.
No, I mean like Mickey could go this week.
But so could Rachel. That's the thing. Like,
but she's not on the block yet, Josie. We don't know.
Yes, I agree. That's my point. Like, I just feel like that's my point. First of all, Keanu being HOH is quite like I can't think like what. I think there's a logical thing in the video. He might do something.
I feel like if Rachel survives this week and she is still in a big spot, I would be down to move her up. I was about to impulsively move her up. But
I just don't feel like we can say if she survives this week when we have Noms and she's not on the block.
It's not even about her going home.
Hypothesizing that she might be the replacement if the veto gets won and played. She could be like she's not in a situation where she's in survival mode right now.
Where I'm coming from is it's not
even if it happens next week, right?
It's not even if she goes home. I'm really curious about who goes home because I think it actually means a lot for the future of how this jury is going to get set up. And when I say who, I'm specifically talking about Mickey, but that might not even matter at the end of the day.
Even if we're taking just last week into consideration, that move, like to me, doesn't warrant her moving and be alone. Like I think Ashley clocked Rachel. She said why would you go and tell Keanu? Like I just feel like reads wise and like things like if we're gonna switch Rachel up in a tier, we should also put Ashley. And even then, I don't think we should move them at all. But
here's why I'm down to move Rachel to B for now. I'm down to move her up for now because I do feel like also, even though I do feel like there is a shot she can go home and Keanu is a wild card, she is in line with him to some degree. And now that Vince is off his radar, by theory, Rachel would be his closest ally. So I feel like that's something because that wasn't a thing like a couple of what was it like a week or two ago. So for now, I'm down to move her up. I could see
always move her back down.
Absolutely, I could see Ashley. I'm going to go with Katie.
I'm down to move her up, but I do think we need to move up Ashley. Though.
I'm not sold on now. Me personally, I'm not with Ashley moving up. But if I get outvoted again, do it. Like
I don't want to move up Ashley only because Rachel has actively been in power and made a move that broke the house wide open. She made a move with very little time to think about what her move would be because of when Lauren told her she was going to use the veto. She threatened Lauren and said, if you put me up, if you use the veto on Vince, I will put up Riley. She stuck to her guns. Riley went home, which was a long shot. No one thought that they could ever get the votes to get Riley out, and his ass is out. She was not put up on Vince's HOH, who's been her number one person coming for her since the beginning. Like, we got to give her the credit for that. She's not on the same level as Will, Ashley, and Morgan. Like, she is overactively working to save herself. And she went from being everyone's target to literally week, whatever this is, hitting the block. Like, That to me is just for now. It could change. She could be
I'm
ready to
with
walk
you.
out the door next
No,
week. But I think
I agree.
we
I
have to
agree. Rachel
recognize
is
that.
the top of the cast 100%. Here's where I'm saying, like, here's where my head's at. Then maybe I think we should move. If we're saying, okay, I don't think Rachel should be on the same tier as Ashley, Will, and Morgan. I think in the last week, the way Morgan is so aligned, like Keanu going after her is a bit dumb to me. Like, I just feel like Morgan has played a very good game these last 2 weeks. If that's the contestants we had, like, she has gained solid allies with Ava, with Will, with Ashley, with Rachel.
I'm
and
good
like
to move Morgan
Vince
up.
carried herself. And same thing with Ashley. Like, I think her reads are very good. They were better than Rachel's, to be honest. Like, Rachel has won an HOH, yes, but I don't like to dismantle the house, but I really think she needed to do that, right? Like, Ashley's kind of been coasting because people are targets above her, you know what I mean? And she's been able to minimize that threat intentionally, as we've learned, right? So if the idea is, okay, we don't want her in the same tier because she's won HOH and was able to dismantle that side, I can agree with that. But I do think we need to reorder some things then, because like I'm thinking about it some more, and I'm like,
me personally, I like.
You think Morgan is behind Will?
I could move Morgan above Will.
I don't want this to be another.
Will.
I don't want this to be another Lauren and Vince situation where we just reorganize stuff because someone.
We can move things.
No,
we can, and we're about to take a vote.
That's the point of the.
What I was gonna say is, I do think it's interesting because I do think that everyone in every single, like, we should move this person up. Ashley up. We should move Morgan up. It's never we should move Rachel down. Everyone agrees that Rachel should be moved up. So I feel like that's why I'm putting her there. Yeah, we can take a vote. We can take. What I'm about to say, we can take a vote because we that's what we do. But I feel like the consensus with Rachel, because that's the person that we're on right now, before we move on to anyone else, is that she should be moved up. Does anyone disagree with that?
No.
No.
All right, there you go.
We agree.
All right, Ashley, is there a vote for Ashley to be moved up?
No.
No, not yet.
Is there a vote for Will to be moved up?
No.
Oh.
Is there a vote for Morgan to be moved up above Will?
Yes.
I would move Morgan above Will, but I wouldn't put her above Ashley because she's on the block.
Yeah, I agree. Morgan can move in front of Will.
Is there a vote for Morgan to be above Ashley?
No.
So there we go. This is our order. Rachel,
I would be happy with this final three.
This is the top right now. So,
like, at the end of the game, Rachel, Morgan, and Ashley, I would be happy with that.
That'd be great.
This is our
It
order,
could be it could be a realistic possibility that this could be our final three.
I'm here for it.
But with that being said, this is our list for week. I did a little check. Week 7. So Rachel is now still Rachel, the top. Oh, Megan, do you have anything you want to say, Josie, before we close this out?
No, y'all.
Are you sure?
No. I don't disagree with anything that was being said. Like, I just, my point was already said, and the things were moved like I thought they should be.
All right. There we go. All right. Kelly still Kelly was not the bottom last week. She's the bottom this week. So Kelly, bottom of the barrel. Rachel still the top, but has actually been moved up one position. We will see how this changes after Keanu's crazy mess of a HOH.
Can we just see how crazy it is that, like, 2 weeks ago Morgan was an F, and now she's top 3? Yeah. Like, she has
anything can happen.
It's true.
Moving up in the world. There we go. Anyways, that is our podcast. I love how we came here saying that we weren't going to be here long, and then we spent like 20-30 minutes talking about
battling Josie and all her arguments.
I love
Josie fights for her people.
Yes,
we love
I fight for everyone.
You do.
I'm a woman of the people.
Josie, who was your team though? I forget who was on your team.
Oh yeah, should we do a draft check-in? Let's do a draft check-in.
My team is Kelly. It's Vince, Lauren, and Kelly.
Okay.
I can check it.
You got all your people.
I have.
No, I lost Jimmy to Mickey's H. Oh, don't piss me off.
But still, you still got 3 people.
Honestly.
by the skin of
But
my
the rest
teeth
of my
every
draft was
week.
terrible, and I purposely tanked it in the back half and chose Riley and Adrian based on their preseason. I did it as a troll, so I'm fine.
No.
It's
think
on
I
the
got
videotape.
I have Mickey.
Oh,
and
it completely screwed up. Here, I'll just go on the YouTube account real quick, and I'll do.
You
a
know
quick
what's a
update
bummer
and put
is
it
that
up.
none of us have Rachel.
I know, not a one.
Yeah.
The-
Listen, I
the
asked. I was
chat
like,
has
whoever
Rachel.
gets first boot.
No, because Isaiah was
yeah.
gonna end up with Rachel from some.
That is so crazy
miracle.
that we were.
That's
And
what
I
happened
didn't
in,
want
in
it.
Big Brother Canada with Anthony as well.
That's what
Somehow
happened.
he ended up getting Anthony.
Someone ends up. You have a horrible pick, which is quite often no shade, no
It's
tea,
alright.
and then you end up getting
With the first
a returner because
Okay.
you have a bad pick.
Isaiah
just a quick
consistently
update.
picks the first boot, by the way,
That's what
in
I'm
his
saying.
draft.
Good.
Like, Isaiah's picks are abysmal.
So this is just a quick update. So I still have Keanu.
This
Morgan,
widescreen monitor is
Will.
crazy right now.
Shoot. So sorry. I don't know why I thought that was something different. Oh my bad. Share screen. Sorry, I meant to share the tab. There we go. So just a quick update. I still have Keanu, Morgan, and Will.
God,
Ooh,
Katie has Ashley, and that's it.
that's it. And that's all I
Janelle
want. She's the only one I even
has-
wanted.
Mickey and Ava, and Josie has Vince, Lauren, and Kelly. So that is the current, and then the
I
chat
should have
has
had
Rachel.
Jimmy. But Nikki
So-
did her
I
big
know.
one.
I know.
I like
God,
my
draft was
team.
so bad.
Team Isaiah is going crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
we are
Team
good.
Isaiah. It's a good team.
There we go. All right, but anyway, that's our pod for the night, everybody. Thank you so much. We just hit 2 hours, so it's been a while. If you like anything you heard, please, again, like, comment, and subscribe. Follow all of our socials on the screen, in the description, and all that fun stuff. And if you're listening, like with 5 stars only. If you don't like it at all. You know the rest. Katie, where can people find you?
Find me on Blue Sky, realslimkatie.bluesky.social. That's it. That's all I'm up to.
All right, Janelle, what you been up to? Where can people find you?
Janelle Michaud on everything, tweeting, saying my thoughts. Come follow.
Janelle did a
All
guest
right.
spot. A couple? 1, 2, 3 guest
with,
spots?
The Reality Kingdom.
You've been
Yes,
around.
Unfortunately for me, I cannot go back because my kid plays football.
Oh.
I know, so I can't. But
Wow,
if you're not watching AUS versus World, it's a crazy, chaotic season. Parvati and Sari are killing it. So yeah, check that out with Reality Kingdom. Thanks, Katie. I forgot.
Josiana.
We got you.
Y'all can follow me on all social media that matters at JosianeXNM, JosianeXNM. I mean, whether you agree or dislike my takes, I swear my Twitter is fun regardless. So follow me on Twitter. I want to be active on Blue Sky, but the idea of like just tweeting the same thing on both social media apps is kind of overwhelming for me. So we'll see if I ever actually do transition, but I do have an account, so you guys can follow me on Blue Sky too.
It's supposed to be so fun. People are literally, I'm scrolling through to see if we're missing anything, and people are literally timing with their timer on their phone app how long Vince and Morgan are hugging and putting up the timers on Blue Sky. Like, we're having fun over here. Okay, we're having fun. Come join us. It's good vibes.
I'm gonna try. I really need to like sit down and figure out how that works. To be honest, I'm so used to like the video format because I like to attach a good video, a good.
Now you
GIF,
can do
know?
that now. Apparently, I did scroll a little bit. You can do that now, allegedly.
Mhm.
So,
I can. Yes, you
The
can.
video would not allow me
Yeah.
to do it.
But yeah, that's the only reason it took two. But I'm gonna try to
You
be active
can.
on that too. We'll see.
But yeah, I have fun. So follow me on social media.
You follow me as well. 8 Ball Bangers everywhere. I did check my Blue Sky randomly. I want to see how many followers I have because I haven't really been logging on it. I have 1.1 thousand, and I have not really.
What?
posted there. So
All right.
shout out
That's not fair.
Blue
I need
Sky
people need to follow me then because I'm active and I have 700 something.
So you want to follow everybody here, especially Katie, because she's the ambassador.
I am
Blue
the
Sky
ambassador.
here. But you can find me on everything else at 8 Ball Bangers, just tweeting about whatever I feel like. You know what I'm saying? Some good, some bad. But that's all we have for you guys today. We'll see you guys next week. Have a good one. Bye.